Expulsion and displacement is the name of the game. Like nearly 66.7% of the entire Palestinian society have been subject to displacement and expulsion. And many of us have experienced expulsion, which means losing everything once, twice, three, four times in one lifetime. Like, let's remember that Jenin refugees camp have managed to rise from the ashes of the destruction and flattening that was carried out by the criminals of the state of Israel back in the year 2002. Let's also remember that 2 people of the 13 that were murdered were just babies during the destruction and flattening and leveling of the camp back in the year 2002, and the rest were not even born when that happened. The point of Israeli savagery and Israeli terror attacks and Israeli criminal behavior is to make sure that Palestinians are not going to be safe as long as they remain in Palestine. They will continue to be expelled. They will continue to be robbed of their family's property. They will continue to be subject to oppression. And any of those who express rejection rather than submission to that criminal behavior will be murdered. Like the state of Israel does not like it when the subjects of its oppression reject it. Many of the people, like imagine having to expel people from a refugees camp that was created because of expulsion. Wherever you are expelled within Palestine, you are not going to experience safety, even if you were completely submissive. Like many of the people that were murdered were children who were not even involved in the armed resistance. Also, when we are talking about armed resistance in Jenin refugees camp, like out of 15,000 people, we're talking about less than 100 individuals, which means less than 1% of the entire population of the refugees camp expresses rejection of Israeli criminal behavior through violent means. You know, what the state of Israel wants is 0%, not only 0%. But the state of Israel wants us, as subjects of its oppression, to provide safety and security to Israeli criminals while they are actively murdering us. So here we are not talking about your typical criminal. We're not talking about the same savagery that was experienced in South Africa up until early 90s. We're talking about a savagery that is beyond what we have experienced in oppressed societies around the world, and in particular in Palestine. So the name of the game is dispossession. The name of the game is displacement. Displacement means like terrorizing families to the point where they feel unsafe to remain at home, so they escape. It's the point of like the criminal behavior of the 70,000 criminals that have established the state of Israel in Palestine, terrorizing people, making sure that there is no safe space for any Palestinian in Palestine. So that's what they have been doing. That's what they were established on, and that's what they have been maintaining. And their criminal behavior, their savagery, the bulldozing of people's homes, the terrorization of people within that refugees camp, is just like another one evidence added to piles and piles of evidences that we have been compiling over the past 75 years. And it will go on. Maybe like not tomorrow, but like this is the same circle that keeping crushing Palestinians like in and out until complete elimination. Because obviously, like the displacement of 66% of us is not enough for those criminals. They want complete elimination of the Palestinian people, and we are watching the massacre happening. You know, like it's not that the eyes of the people in the world and governments around the world don't witness and don't look at what's happening. You know, it's like it's happening before your eyes for the past 75 years, and it will continue to happen as long as the fate of the Palestinian people is left in the hands of those savage criminals.